come out recently.
Legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool. Cool.
This is what we're getting.
Yep. But people recognize it's a fun joke fluff. Who gives a shit? As opposed to, here's Jiren, the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he is, though.
Cool. Yep. Get in there.
That sounds like a very similar to reaction that you just had about Dragon Ball Heroes, though, so I'm confused.
No. I was talking, DA showed me another Heroes thing, and I'm just like, cool. No. Super is trash.
There's the tenors of BG's cools that you have to like really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
We in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse. Cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep.
No. Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it.
You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing to Ganon. Because no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really that
I'm just imagining, like, just milestone moments of your life, like, graduating high school, you almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
So dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep willing out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
so they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
amazing.
all it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's the, that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing. And then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you
The
see
accent
the
accent is the thing.
Uh-huh.
Reddit, the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and
Oh, great.
micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Just get this shot of shooting. And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise. So he's thinking this is going to be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it, which would be very sad for Downey. I feel like he'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
Oh, he doesn't.
Need it.
He's
This
made
dude
his
is
money.
doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
Bro. He's just like, whatever, friggin' dog movie, polar bear, let's rock it.
Yeah,
He don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
If they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a
you
drop
say
from
that.
the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG, we got Jinbei fans out there.
You have
Pumping
Jinbei
they fist.
stands out there. People who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
On that note, you guys just put out as the first episode of a new Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. Then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. 'Cause I just got drained for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep the energy up, and I'm just like, oh, BG, go on a huge rant. And BG's like, well, that sucks. Pause, look at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh no.
Take the ball, BG.
Oh no. No, sir.
You
Because
dribbling the rest of this shot clock out, my friend.
The issue with that was you went 4.5 minutes. We played about 20 seconds. I went for maybe 40 seconds, and then you jumped right back in. So I'm like, oh, he's got more in him. And then for the beginning of part 2, you go on another rant.
Oh,
And then you just, for like 5 minutes, go, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, he threw.
Oh, he used it all up. He got nothing left.
He threw it all at
I'm
the
not
spirit
an
bomb and still
I'm
had
not
14
an
more
angry
episodes to
person.
go.
But this dude was talking all this hot nonsense.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And I just exploded like 3 times. And then I just went, and it wasn't like fun. Genlock sucks. Oh my goodness. This was like, dude, you're doing stuff that legitimately pisses me off.
He was so mad.
Did y'all see that updated Sonic?
yes.
I was gonna get to that after this.
Okay.
We stand with movies.
Alright. Yes, he looks so much better.
Look good.
Oh, what
It
happened,
looks
BA?
big good.
You were the one talking about.
No, I said it looked fine. Now
Uh-huh.
I'm saying it looks good.
Bruh.
I never said that looked good.
Bruh.
I was on the fine train.
That train was a crashing. Because he wasn't.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 190. 10 away from 200.
Terrible.
And Oda is close to 1,000.
I'm
Awesome.
not saying which one is more important, but you can infer.
So I saw something recently-ish in regard to that at some nerd news outlet that apparently Oda has stated that One Piece is 4 to 5 years away from being finished. But isn't
He
this
says
like
it every time?
that's what I'm about to say? Isn't this like the third or fourth time?
Yeah. There's no way to believe him.
To be fair, I think he said it's about 5 years away last time, and now it's like 4 to 5. So next time it's probably going to be like 3 to 5.
Margin for error just keeps shrinking.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? At the end of Dressrosa, didn't he say it was half done?
I believe so. Somewhere around this, so yeah.
And that it was going 20 years before that, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's full of crap.
Or was it the start of Dressrosa that was halfway through?
Either way, it's like
I mean, Dressrosa was like 2 years.
15 to 20 years, though, roughly.
Yeah, okay, but from Dressrosa to now has been about 5 years, so that's 7 years.
Has it?
Plus another 5. Yeah, you got Whole Cake, you got Zoe, and you got what's Wano right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Time.
that time slipped away, didn't it? Oh, you thought?
Man, I'm turning 30 in like 3 days, 4 days. Time
Pepperoni,
sucks.
pepperoni.
Time sucks, man. Oh, boy. So, there's a lot of different news things that happened over these past 2 weeks, but there's a couple of things that I just want to talk about. Tiny things. One, thing that I forgot to mention last week, just in terms of just music that I've been listening to. So, the guitarist of Dream Theater released a solo album.
Oh, time to suck on that man's balls.
And,
Unless it sucks.
well, that's the thing. Like, if it would have I would have probably paid it no mind. The thing is, the drummer that he got for his solo album was Dream Theater's previous drummer, my favorite drummer, Mike Portnoy. And I didn't know I had a 10-year-long itch so bad until this album came out. This album is old Dream Theater. And I'm blanking on who just said it. I have been sucking the balls of this album for last week.
You knew it. I knew it was nothing but ball sucking.
Dude, it was just talking to a friend that you haven't talked to in so long. It was so good. Those two just get each other. There are just some musicians that's just like they need to be together. These two need to be together.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, just Terminal Velocity. If you like prog metal, go listen to it. What else did
There's
I have?
so many subsects of music.
Dude, there's so many subsects of metal.
Yeah, that's the main thing I was thinking about. In melodic, atmospheric, death metal, progressive math. Ugh.
Mathcore, crabcore. You can even go like there's so many subgenres of core. Like if you think metalcore or hardcore, that has been chopped into such fine pieces at this point. And like people are so pretentious about it. I just remember being just like, "Oh, fuck crabcore. I'm totally into hardcore." It's like, what's the what's the difference?
Don't you hear how they hit that bass drum on this? Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, I just like metal.
I just remember so many metalheads hating metalcore and post-hardcore. It's just like, I can't thrash to this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't beat my balls to this.
There's like a dividing line. Actually, this happened in high school. So my one of my good buddies' bands were more on the hardcore side of things versus metal side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of the members of the band, I had like two really good friends, and then other people that I became friends with later on. Actually, the lead singer is my cousin now. Weird small world. Anyways, they were super into hardcore, and then my buddy Mason and then my buddy Pete, they just didn't care. And I specifically remember a show they were at one of the smaller venues in Cleveland, and they were all big into hardcore dancing. Not moshing, hardcore dancing. There's a difference. Where moshing, you know, is just like kind of like flinging yourself into a crowd and like circle pits and what have you. But hardcore dancing is where you basically punch kick while dancing. And just if anybody kind of gets caught in the crossfire, it just happens. And I remember where they had a show where there was a kid from our high school who moshed and got kicked out because he was moshing instead of hardcore dancing.
Wow.
Yeah. Just like you're both gonna, in both facets, you're gonna unintentionally beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
It just happens at metal shows. But yeah, it's
That's
weird.
so weird.
So other thing,
Dude, I'm sorry.
I miss going to shows.
Yeah, I miss going to shows so much.
There's a couple of things that I really wanted to go to that, I mean, the metal festival, didn't go to that. On the complete opposite spectrum of metal, there was this Lord of the Rings orchestral performance I was going to go to that I was really looking forward to. Nope. Didn't go to that.
Just nope. I'm just sad it hit right as Dance Gavin was coming here.
Goodness.
That was going to be the main thing I was going to. But I also realized I have seen so few rap shows that I wanted to go to some type of rap show this year. That's just a ripperoni pepperoni.
2022?
It should have been one. A lot of people are still going for one. I think a lot of places are going to be open-ish.
You can't do that with a metal show, though.
Yeah. Oh no. Metal's dead.
Yeah.
No, that's dead. You're not gonna have a circle pit at 6 feet between people. It's gonna look stupid.
That's where the hardcore dancers come in. At 6 feet, you can just punch and kick however you want. No one's around to get beat up. Honestly, it is such a sight to see. I would just recommend looking up a video of hardcore dancing. It's a thing.
It sounds interesting.
The other thing, I've gotten way further in Persona 4.
Oh yeah, I saw you had like 54 hours last time I checked.
Way farther now.
I said last time I checked.
I'm close to 100 at this point. I am at Nanako's palace, dungeon, whatever you want to call. And I gotta say, in hindsight, now watching Civette's video, the fuck?
Dude, yes, he straight up spoils it.
No, not spoiling. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking
how
about
he's talking about how 4 is better.
the basis of his complaints in comparison to Persona 4. And I'm assuming Persona 3 at this point is the same.
Yeah.
Worse.
Where, like,
Well,
he was
not worse, but,
complaining...
a little more... Yeah.
He's complaining about many of the dungeons about being hallways, when the dungeons in this game are literally hallways.
And you realize that every time he said that, he always went back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
Like
He
that.
did everything in his power to make it look as poor as possible.
The magicking away of problems, which... You're going in a fucking TV.
Dude, you're magicking away the problems of the town by saving people.
Yeah. Just, yeah, in utter hindsight of, like, I didn't agree with it when I had just played Persona 5, but now that I'm playing Persona 4. And then I saw a comment on something recently where every single person, where they see their shadow, everyone's like, don't say it! But they say it because they're getting all of their worst personality traits shoved in their face. That they're irrational. You're not me. Oh, he should have just not said that.
Yeah. We've already shown that you could not just don't say it.
Yeah.
That would have been his complaint.
So, yeah.
Because that was his complaint on the ship when it was just like, you got the letter, so why are you still trying to fight these people? terrible.
Yeah, just as I keep playing on, definitely I'm just like, what was this dude talking about?
He just had an irrational hatred for 5 that he just had to just spew.
And what's funny is it's one of the most praised forms of
Dissenting opinion.
complaint. Yeah, dissenting opinion for P5.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are like, watch the Spit video to see how bad P5 is. But he's just a liar.
Yeah.
And there's no other way to put it. He's just a liar.
And here's the thing, like I also watch.
I understand remembering things and stuff, but no, he goes out of his way to show it in a way that it doesn't actually happen. So it looks as bad as humanly possible.
And I would really only put that criticism on a video format like Revisited, where you guys are just watching and reacting and are not, you don't have the benefit of a post-production video that is edited.
Yeah, checking and rechecking facts and like looking over your script and going, hold on, let me double check that. Let me Google this.
Especially with 2 writers.
Oh, and 2 writers.
Goodness.
So
Boomery.
Yeah.
Speaking of Revisited, before you get into your next stage, that Revisited on our Revisited channel thing might be one of my favorite Revisits.
I was expecting this to happen, just not so soon. Like at some point, I figured you would have gotten flack and somebody would have done this. I just did not expect it in year 0.
Technically, we're a little over year 1.
Really? It's been that long?
The first Revisited was like September or like August 13th or something.
Okay. It's been okay. Year 1. Still, I was expecting like year 2 or 3.
I was thinking the 3-ish area where it's just like, listen to these bums bumming it up. Yep, the very first Revisited was August 12th.
Okay. So on this topic, your guys' most recent one with the
the part 5 one?
Anime Wins. Watching that. Well, one, I enjoyed your suffering.
How could you watch it? How could you watch
How
it?
could you, dude? The suffering is palpable.
2, as soon as BG goes, let's make a wager. I was like, I audibly went, oh no. And I knew it was 2 ways that it was going to end. 1, both of you wouldn't fold because you're both stubborn as shit.
Dude,
or 2,
we were both willing to go that distance.
Or 2, DA would be the one to fold because more so than you, BG, if he does not like something, he vacates from the situation.
This is very true.
I will walk away from a mother.
So, as soon as Bakugo ding.
It's one of my... I laugh every time I listen to that.
Yeah,
He's just speaking, Bakugo ding. Bakugo ding! You hear the headphones rustle off his head, and then just...
I knew that was the only 2 situations, because out of the 2 of you, BG's more stubborn.
Oh, absolutely.
But I said in the podcast, we would be sitting here going through each and every one of these dudes' videos. And PG just went, nah, something go hit.
The boy did something hit.
Oh.
But I also felt like there were a few times where I was like, what am I doing? Just tap. So I knew Babyface was going to be a real problem.
See, that inner voice is probably like the remnants of the sane person in your psyche.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that boy left.
But the overwhelming opinion lord has taken over. They're just like, no.
Nah, we not tapping. Don't worry about it.
Cannot show weakness.
But boy,
I probably wouldn't have tapped if it wasn't exactly what I said.
it's the in your face just punching you uncreativeness of it. Cause after already going, hey, this dude voices somebody else somewhere else, ding. There's no like, hey, this guy is Bakugo, and I love my hero, and here's another win for it. It's simply this dude also Bakugo. It was terrible. It was hilarious.
Also, on the revisiting the revisited one, I left the comment, but I'm gonna say it again. Taking the air escaping from your lungs seriously honestly made me laugh from his video. Had nothing to do with you guys.
It's a great slam.
And I actually have never thought that about your voice. It being nerdy. I don't know why.
Oh, no, it's horrendous, really.
Like, there are other videos that I've listened to where, and I'd have to, like, go and point them out, where I go, like, that sounds like a nerdy voice. Mm-hmm. But to me, like...
Yeah, there's tons of them.
You speak too eloquently and with too much passion for me to consider it nerdy.
That's another thing.
I think most people just go nerdy. It's a bit nasally. It's a bit higher than
normal. Yeah,
and that's what mine is.
Like, I guess, I mean, I would consider my voice nerdier. I don't know how you guys feel about
100%, 1,000%.
Great.
But if you talk on the phone, it's just like, oh, this is just. If I did not know you and I heard you talking, I would picture you exactly. But just like no differentiation. Maybe a little bit shorter, but it would be you.
Hey, okay, you heard the voice. Draw this person.
Milk toast?
Just a sketch artist, just like a police sketch artist. Draw this person.
Motherfucker, they got my goatee. This dude has to have a extreme lack of facial hair.
Extreme. This is baby face. But what I was about to say was, when it comes to Revisited, I feel like a lot of people say DA and I have one of the best like reactionary channels they've heard. I think it's because of that type of passion that you're talking about.
It's passion. It is 100% passion. I've always said I'll listen to anybody talk passionately about anything, but I hate listening to people talk very dryly about things that I love.
There's a dude that made a video of Spit and Manga Comment do not understand Persona 5 combat, and there is almost no passion in his voice, and he's just throwing out these jokey jokes or trying to, and it's just like, I can't stay with you because it seems like you don't care enough. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these people, they'll make these videos and care, but it feels like they don't care enough to get that like emotion up. It's so weird.
I mean, for some people, it is very hard to like turn yourself on in that way.
Really?
I mean, I feel like it is. Like, there are days where it's just like, I have to really force it for the podcast.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Where it's days where, because you can hear, there were times where DA and I, or DA or I, would be tired, and the start of the podcast would just be like, and then eventually it ramps up.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
once you get into a groove. But yeah, I understand. There are days.
Yeah.
But your whole content is this.
Okay. Yeah, like, I was actually in that same vein, like a month or so ago when Ralph came on where he hadn't slept in 4 days. He was just a zombie. And that is Ralph, when he gets angry, irate, the man is a yeller.
Mm-hmm. Big yeller.
Yeah.
Old yeller. But there's like, yeah, they were dumb. End statement.
Yeah, I can understand that. It also helps having someone to bounce off of.
Oh, absolutely.
When I was
I feel like I could get passionately even if I didn't bounce something off of people.
It is a lot. It's a lot
ahead.
harder. Like when I was doing Let's Brew alone.
Yeah, it's dude. Live commentary for a game is so rough by yourself. It's different for streaming because you can bounce off the stream at
your
least.
chat, yeah.
But when you're just by yourself, sitting down, watching the game and playing it, it's like, oh.
That's a good point that Versus brings up. Some people might perceive it as you're trying too hard. Like, who's the guy that has the hollow caricature? He has a voice that kind of sounds like this.
Oh, Nuxtaku?
Nuxtaku. He definitely forces it.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can hear the voice there. That uppity, yeah. And a lot of people say that...
That was a good impersonation, by the way.
A lot of people say GA and I are always yelling, but I think it's because people are so used to this dry delivery of, did you guys see what? And it's just like, so you hear somebody with actual enthusiasm and it sounds like they're just shouting at you.
Yeah.
It's so, but I was also about to say, so you say, there's days where you're just like forcing it and you're not feeling it. Don't do your video then.
Yeah, that.
Like the podcast is a set day. Like we have to do it on this Wednesday and blah blah.
For the most part,
originally, it's set for Wednesdays. It's set at this time. If I'm not feeling it, I just got to get over it because we got to do the podcast now. For something like Revisited, if it's a Wednesday and then like we're not feeling it, okay, let's do it another day when we are feeling it. So I don't even I can see that excuse for something like a podcast where it's something scheduled.
It's scheduled, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's just you set your own schedule, you set your own time, you set your own things to do. No, get some passion in your voice. If you actually care about something, I listen to these podcasts where people just act like they don't care, but you created a podcast showing you do care. DA talked about a Walking Dead one that was just like the worst trash he's ever heard because they were just like, yeah, Michonne was great this week, and it's terrible. Just get some passion in your voice.
Yeah.
And if the stuff I barely care about, I'll get passionate about.
Yeah. I think some people, too, just might not like even more so than you, Bishi, might not like the sound of their own voice. So, like, them getting passionate, maybe they just, I don't know. There's a multitude of reasons why, but I agree that hearing someone that's passionate about something is a lot better than hearing somebody that doesn't sound like they're passionate about it.
I also feel like for analysis videos, there's a channel I follow called Smut Boy, and there was somebody that was calling out Smut Boy for something he said about Mass Effect 2 or something. And Smut Boy, the person who called Smut Boy out, like, why are you speaking so dispassionately about this? It's like you don't even care about it. And Smut Boy said, I'm speaking dispassionately because I'm being analytical and balanced and all this other crap. And I feel like a lot of analysis people feel like if they speak in this dispassionate way, they're being objective. That's the one I'm looking for. They're being objective about what they're telling you, as opposed to just spewing their own garbage on the screen. So it's like, they're speaking, they don't have they love the series, but they're not like riled up about it. So it's not just some fanboy spewing some stuff. They're actually thinking about it and telling us why they feel this way. As opposed to just, you got somebody just like a Nux Taco just screaming at you, and it just feels like, is this for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nux is terrible.
I gotta say, though, there are some people that you just listen to where it's just like, no matter what, it's like they just sound good.
Oh yeah,
like
there's
I don't
a lot
know why
of radio people I listen to where it's just like, wow, they just sound amazing.
Just, I mean, a lot of the VAs and stuff out there, like people on Critical Role, even the Game Grumps to an extent. So I actually, in the same vein, I heard something recently where the Japanese voice actor of Deku was interviewing the Japanese voice actor of All Might.
Oh, I saw that thing.
The VA for All Might just sounds like All Might talking. Buffed up All Might talking. And it was just like, this guy has to, like, turn heads no matter where the fuck he's at. He's, like, at a restaurant. And they're like, all right, what would you like? Oh, yes, I would like a hamburger. It's like, everyone's like, whoa. Like, it's a voice that demands presence. Like, that'd be like Chris Sabat talking in his All Might voice all the damn time. That's what it sounds like. I just found that fascinating. Yeah. And the voice actor for Deku actually sounds like Deku. just weird sidebar. So bunch of shit came out and got announced.
Oh, really quickly.
Go ahead.
Really quick. Going all the way back.
It's funny we're almost halfway done and we haven't got to a single topic. We really should just be weekly at this point.
No,
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that.
It's fine. How you said last time you weren't really feeling any characters. How about now? How are you doing?
Oh, for Persona 4, I love Kanji.
Kanji's amazing.
I love him.
Kanji is the...
His palace is one of my favorites. The only other one that I like, just from an aesthetic one, is the video game one. I just liked how it looked in the
and the 8-bit music.
Yeah, the 8-bit music, just the feel of it I liked. And the boss was fun. But yeah, Kanji, and then surprisingly, I'm kind of a fan of Teddy. He came around later on.
Yeah, I think Teddy grows on you.
Yeah, like there are things that have like really made me laugh in this game. One was when you find him outside the TV world when he's in the massage chair.
Oh, okay. Just in his costume.
Yeah. 2, when they have the curry tasting contest and he tries to
Dude, that's one of the
wow,
funniest things.
this is awful. He's had a couple of lines like that.
Curry thing is 5 stars.
Yeah, like he's had a couple of lines where just like his reaction is the complete opposite to what he's actually saying, and it's great.
He's just such an excited boy.
Yeah. And just the fact that, like, and I guess this is kind of the benefit of coming from Persona 5 to Persona 4, where Morgana's whole thing was, I want to be human, I want to be human, and I want to be human, and then Teddy just becomes human.
They're like, oh, don't take that off here, you're going to freak everybody out.
Then
No, I'm just a person out here.
Bishojo, the boy. But I will say, just having, watching Critical Role all the time, just every time I see Teddy and various NPCs, I'm like, okay, Sam Riegel. And then Rise, I'm like, Laura Bailey. And Laura Bailey is amongst a whole bunch of other characters, NPCs and what have you. But yeah, I will say, like, a good chunk of the characters grew on me. Yukiko, I like her dumb laughing fits.
Love Yuki.
Chie definitely grew on me more. Really, fuck, I'm forgetting his name. First Persona, your first teammate, magician. Yosuke. Don't really like him at all.
Yeah, people say that. Originally he was supposed to have he was supposed to be either gay or bi. And they were just like, we not about that. He was supposed to be able to do the love interest type thing with the main character. And they were like, yeah, we're not about this. There's still unfinished dialogue in the game script. And there's some modders putting it back into the game.
Oh, okay.
So I think a lot of his homophobia and stuff is supposed to be like a projection because he's really like that and he's just scared to show it. And, it would all wrap around if he actually was gay or bi. But now it just looks like he's a sexist and homophobic piece of shit.
Yeah.
Also, he depends too much on the main character.
Yes. Rise, alright.
Ooh.
Like,
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay.
and then I really like Naoto.
There we go.
No,
That's all I cared about.
However, the guide that I'm following, because I'm me, actually had you pick a love interest in the guide. It was Chie.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I'm gonna be going back because if I were to actually pick who I would like, it would either be Naoto or
She's
Marie.
awesome.
I really like Marie.
And Marie is 10 stars off the chart. Her dumb poem stuff.
Her poems are great.
Oh my goodness.
Her poems, her like freakouts that she incorporates her poems into.
Her
Yeah,
design is great.
I was reading online, like I just was like reading just kind of like the people you could romance because I didn't know. And one of the articles that I read was the rankings of the romances. I'm like, oh, okay, let's read this. And she was rated really low. And the reasoning too was dumb. One, they didn't like the poems, which fuck you. I like the poems.
Just 'cause people suck.
Yeah.
They're just wrong.
Two, they said her design didn't match the game, which I didn't understand because it's Persona. She's designed like a Persona character in a Persona game. Didn't really get that. Yeah, she was ranked, I think, 3rd worst. The worst ones were Theater Girl and Music Girl.
Yeah,
Music Girl's trash. Theater Girl, she grows on you.
both of them are.
They're not great. I don't really like.
I think a lot of people hate Theater Girl because she's not conventionally pretty and she's a complete dick.
I like Music Girl. I like the whole getting over shyness, coming out of shell thing. But that's about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so far I'm enjoying it. Like, still doesn't really hold a candle to Persona 5, unfortunately.
Nah,
but
5 is great. 5 is the mecca.
Yeah, that's how it be.
It'd
All
be
right.
like that sometimes.
But yeah, Kanji, great. Him showing up in a Speedo at the beach, beautiful.
Him going, what's the problem, y'all?
Yes, Kanji is amazing. All right. Oh yeah, also did not give my nice little reminder that Black Lives Matter and to wear your goddamn
It's too late.
mask.
It's too late. They done already stepped on a black dude without a mask on. You've ruined it, Mike.
You could have prevented all that.
Whoops.
Whoops. Oops a daisy.
That's my white privilege talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I tried.
That's terrible. Moving on. All right. Has anyone seen Mulan?
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. This kid next to me has.
So, my brothers are obviously going stir crazy, cabin fever, so they're just like, let's watch Mulan. Not in the plans at all. They were just like, let's do it. They went out and got some snacks, and we sat down and we watched Mulan. Oh, now they ended up giving it. It was 3 of them. They ended up giving it. Each one of them was just like 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Yeah, 4.5, all around the board. I'll give it a 6. It's rough. It wasn't fun, but Mulan has some really good character moments that just made me just go amazing, fantastic. There's just one moment at the end. I don't care about spoiling.
Yeah, I don't care about being spoiled.
She has a sister in this for some reason, and when she comes
It's more
back,
in line with the book, apparently.
you mean the action?
Oh, or the actual event. Yeah, whatever.
But she comes back, and she's supposed to be dead, and the sister hugs her like, where were you? Where were you been? Tell me all about it. And she goes, no, tell me what you've been doing. And her whole thing was like, I don't want to get married and betrothed and everything. And the sister's like, oh, I've been matched. It's a nice guy. And she goes, tell me about it. And I'm like, her struggles don't mean nothing because she cares so much about her sister. She's like, yeah, I'll worry about that later. I'm worried about you. Tell me about you. I'm like, I love crap like that. Little crap like that. And that was at the very tail end. Now, there was some mad, stupid stuff in there. I'd probably have to give it another rewatch in all honesty because we were bragging on it. There was this one moment where, oh my, I can't even say that. You'll get it. But there was this one moment where they obviously don't do the old cross-dressing thing, but they do. There's like this little tiny tunnel. I'm sure you've seen it in the trailer, but there's like this little tiny hallway, and there's like 5 dudes there, and 4 of the dudes just got swords, and there's this one dude with just like this chain with a spiky ball at the end. And I was like, and we were all just like, yo, that's the most dangerous mother there. He don't need no sword. He handled him up. And the main dude had to fight the chain dude. He was like, oh no, watch out, main dude. And then when they cut back to him,
all the swords do was finish, just land on the ground, and they were just now finishing Chain Dude. I was like, you couldn't even finish Chain Dude while Mulan was over there taking main dude. So yeah, we were just ragging on it, but yeah, it was ooh.
My favorite thing that I've seen I have not watched this movie, but I keep seeing, I think it was IGN was posting this interview with the director saying that they didn't want Mulan to be superhuman, and people keep retweeting the scene where main dude tries to kill either general or emperor. Emperor catches the arrow. He then throws arrow up. Mulan jumps, does a flip off of a steel beam, and fucking Shaolin soccers the arrow back into
the dude's chest.
Yeah, so it's like,
yeah, from the very start, it was just like, have you heard the legend of Mulan? And I'm like, oh, okay. She could control her chi better than anyone. I'm like, oh boy, magic. We're doing magic. And yeah, they were doing magic.
So yeah.
But yeah, I would say that is at least worth a watch to see the mindset of Disney executives and things of that nature. You see the mindset of they're like, yeah, people are gonna dig this.
If it was just Mulan, if they weren't like, this is Disney's Mulan. Once you hear Disney's Mulan, you expect and we already have like cases of like Dumbo and Lion King where it's almost one for one or very faithful to what we know it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like, this isn't anything like what y'all had. And y'all still better drink it up.
Yeah, I'd say Lion King was like 90 to 95% 1-to-1. This is like 60. There's a whole lot changed. Last thing, the side characters, they are not good. The three people in Mulan, the three little side soldiers, they were amazing. These are just some dudes, and they try to characterize them, but they just hard.
All right.
6 on 10.
Okay. One of these days I'll watch it, probably once it just gets released on Disney Plus and not $30.
It's great to goof on. I had a blast in that moment.
Okay. All right. So tinier announcements. Anyone play the remakes of Tony Hawk?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. Those are released. My roommates have been playing it a bunch. I've also seen, because there's a course creator in this game, I saw one where someone basically made a roller coaster of grind rails. That's like, each one was separated by like a foot in game. So as the people are grinding, it's like it's like in circles and hills and stuff. It was cool looking. It definitely reminded me of the like Halo 3 and Halo Reach Forge like randomness that people would do. Let's see. Move on. The Xbox Series X and newly announced Xbox Series S have prices and a release date. The release date I actually don't have handy. I need to look that up. But the Series
November
X,
10th.
November 10th. Thank you.
November
Series X is $500 and the Series S is $300.
Everybody expected 500 for the X. Very few expected 300 for the S. They expected about 400, maybe 350.
Yeah, the S was kind of shocking. It's the same price as a Switch.
Yeah.
So I think, out of anything, I think that gamble's going to pay off.
Yeah. Parents are definitely going to go and get that thing.
Yes.
Especially holidays and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, if I do end up getting one of the two Xboxes,
I'm not.
I probably would get the S purely at this point for the real estate. Because I don't got a lot of shelf room.
But what's the point of even getting an Xbox at this point?
The thing is, I have a PC. And the one game that I would get the Series whatever for is coming to PC, and that's Halo.
Yeah, I have no desire or need to. Game Pass and EA Play have merged, so you get both, and it's just like I have no need to go on Origin nor get an Xbox.
And most EA games are now on Steam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just for people that aren't PC gamers and want an affordable option for next gen, Series S is going to sell a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Series S is designed to run next gen game at 1080p as opposed to, the 4K and all this extra stuff. So if you don't have a PC, that's definitely the option to get if you don't care about if you don't have a 4K compatible thing, just get that one.
Yeah.
And it's affordable enough to and then you're spending whatever for Game Pass as opposed to Xbox Live and the games themselves. You're saving a ton of money.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, first of the many large announcements over the past 2 weeks. Also, did anyone play? I doubt it. Avengers.
Yet. So, my brother and I, sometimes I'll talk to him and he'll be like, "How you feeling about X game?" And I'll go, "I'm not really feeling it." He's like, "Yeah, I'm not either, but maybe." And sometimes we both really do want a game and we'll go half on it. Because I have my PS4 account is the main account on their console. Because I only play on my accounts. So the last time we did it was for The Last of Us 2. And he played it for like 3 hours. And he was like, "This game is, I'm done with it."
Oh,
Wow.
he was hard done.
So he's like, "Avengers? Shoulders raised?" And I'm like, "Eh." And he's like, "Yes, eh." And I'm like,
Was it Eric?
Yes.
Because I told that fool like 8 times that game is trash.
But he's got nothing else.
Well, get something else.
Yeah, he's trying to Avengers. So he was like, I don't want it, but I kind of want it. I was like, let me know. But I'm just warning you, the last time we did this was for The Last of Us 2. And he was like, "You right." And that was about the end of it.
From what I have heard, my roommate got it. The story and just like the general, like just normal gameplay is good. It's just once you get to the end game / post game, when the microtransactions really kick in, that the game just nosedives. It's basically Shadows of War, the Lord of the Rings game that was a single player game plagued by microtransactions.
Yeah.
In order to beat the game.
It's sad because I hear a lot about Avengers that there's the core of a pretty good linear single player game in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they had fleshed out the story, you could see a good 11 to 14 hour game in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But they just went, let's make the monies.
Did you guys see the I forget who posted it on Twitter, but apparently there were some temp lines that made it into the final copy of the game.
Yeah.
And they weren't even temp lines, they were computer generated temp lines. The one that I saw was apparently like Hulk had just transformed. He still had the shreds of Banner's lab coat on. Somebody says something to the Hulk, and it's even in the text that is like the subtitles, you just hear agreeable grunt.
Are you serious?
It's nuts.
What bummery.
And I'm like, this has to be some sort of a forgery or something. No, it was not.
Like, hold on, let's see. No, I can't do it. Like, you have to like get the like in your voice. Agreeable grunt. There we go. Yeah, it was basically that.
What? How do you not get that? How do you?
Basically, Microsoft Sam recorded that line. It was great. I loved it. So, did anyone watch UbiForward That was today, actually.
The only thing I saw was the Prince of Persia remake.
So Prince of Persia remake looks pretty good.
No,
they are
no.
remaking / redoing the Scott Pilgrim to the oh god, what are those games called?
Beat 'em ups.
Beat 'em ups. Thank you. The showed off the newest build of what used to be called Gods and Monsters, which is now called Immortals Phoenix Rising, and it is literally just Breath of the Wild, which I'm fine with, but it is literally Breath of the Wild.
Can we stop calling Creed games at this point, please?
Oh, you're saying like the new Creed games?
Yeah, they're not Creed games anymore.
Yeah. Like I guess I still need to see more of Odyssey or Valhalla. But yeah, like I agree. That's kind of the reason I went away from them, because they kind of stopped being. It was a combination of they stopped being Creed games and the oversaturation of Creed games when they were releasing them every year.
Was so many.
There's that, and then there's a few other things that were announced, mostly like new updates to previous games. Ghost Recon is adding Sam Fisher, and just new seasons of different games.
Hey, how about a new Splinter Cell then? Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, no. That Prince of Persia game looks terrible.
Really?
And I don't mean, the combat and stuff, all that looks good. But aesthetically, it looks horrendous.
Not a fan?
No. It seems like they tried to go for the original art style, but they did up so bad. It just looks so bad. There's not shadows on characters. The hair physics look like... Before I even saw what everybody was saying about it, I just looked at it and went, "Ugh, do people think this looks good?" And I'm just saying, it don't look good.
Yeah,
it looks good gameplay wise. I care about the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just like animation. Really good animation doesn't really mean much to me. So like individual blades of grass and foliage and all that crap, I don't care about. But you give me some landscape that looks like green paint on dirt, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, that looks bad," and it's gonna detract.
Okay.
And this is one of those things where it's like, "Oh, it looks bad," and it detracts.
I never played the original.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's like one of those things too. And this is a lot of Sony stuff, like where I missed it and just didn't have the same attachment as other people.
Yeah.
So like,
I was always confused about non-PlayStation, Xbox only, or Nintendo only kids.
Well, hello. I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
I mean, I feel it's less so for Nintendo at least, but for Xbox kids, I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Like some people kind of got to games way later. Like actually, my buddy Brian, his first console was an Xbox.
Was it the first Xbox or Xbox 360?
First Xbox, original Xbox.
Yeah, see, I don't get that.
Halo 1 and 2, like those were his big things. Like he's a diehard Halo fan.
Okay, if you're a Halo, yeah, there's not much choice there. But if you're looking for like a breadth of games, I don't see how you could ever went like only Xbox.
Did you say breath?
Breath.
BREADTA.
Okay.
Okay, no news about breaths or anything, so whatever.
So on that note, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity got announced.
Okay, let me step back. I was like, what type of segue is he going for? Yeah, okay.
I was just going to mention it and kind of like somewhat move on, but DA's just making a fucking stink about it right now. And let me point out what your brother. So I had sent it to him specifically when they announced it because it's a Muso game, and his response to that after I had said like I'm excited for it just because I get more of those characters because I really love the characters from Breath of the Wild. His response was, "Don't show BG that excitement. He doesn't need another reason to kill himself. Your brother."
That's correct.
It's a private conversation, Mike.
I don't need a single more reason.
I'm just saying, you
Every
told
day
me.
I inch closer to that edge.
You tell me not to mention it, and you go, "Oh, Breath. Wink, wink, wink. So you brought this on yourself, man.
No, he brought it on me. Cause Maris.
But yeah, so that got out. The thing that's actually most surprising to me, though, is that this didn't leak. The other thing that Nintendo announced over these past 2 weeks was leaked months ago. Like in May. The Mario stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this, not a breadth of this, which I found fascinating. But yeah, I get 2 Muso games over like the next year of things I really like, so I'm happy.
Boy, I'm
Give me
so
the-
happy for you.
Give me this, give me
Oh
Scramble.
my good! This is why I want this.
It'll happen one day. It'll happen.
No, it
one day.
won't. It literally will not.
It will someday.
No.
You, one of the higher ups of Sony, loves Legend of Dragoon and brings it up all the
Who
time.
cares?
He does, and as such, us fans do.
See, now, I think once the game is announced, BG will not kill himself intentionally. He will just die of pure bliss. That's what's going to happen.
Now I'm gonna die of lack of moisture from all the tears that are gonna stream down my face.
One could argue that is pure bliss.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Dude, it's legit gonna be tears. Y'all don't understand.
So,
Yeah, shut up!
I'm just saying.
the other thing
Let me have my joy. It's
The
my
other thing-
hopes.
that got announced was a bunch of Mario stuff for his 35th anniversary, a Mario Battle Royale. It's like Tetris 100, except it's Mario 35. Seems interesting. 3D World is getting ported from the Wii U to Switch. Now there's only like 2 games from the Wii U that need to get ported.
Get them out of here.
And then 3D All-Stars, which is Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. RIP Galaxy 2. Apparently,
For what reason?
Nintendo just...
Hashtag tags, tugs at collar.
Yeah, apparently Nintendo just fucking hates you.
It's better in every way.
I don't know.
Just don't have the first.
So
Or bundle them together. Who cares? Or have it in there. Just go, hey, here's the DLC. Not a DLC. Here's a code to download Sunshine 2.
yeah, I don't know.
Galaxy.
Ain't no
But yeah, so like obviously people are excited. 3D All Stars is now the second highest selling game on Amazon,
Terrible.
just in the
This
span
is why
of a few
Nintendo
days.
keeps doing this.
But now here's the shitty thing, and this
It's that
probably plays into
artificial
this.
demand.
Yeah.
It's because of the fucking Disney Vault limited release. Have you guys seen that?
No, I haven't.
All
Yeah,
of these games. I don't know about 3D World, but All Stars and Mario 35 are only going to be available physically and digitally until March,
Why
And then they're not on-
digitally? That makes no sense.
and they're not on sale anymore. They're just not going to be on sale anymore.
It's the demand thing.
That
It's
artificial
just
bull crap. It's just like
artificial
Disney
demand.
vaults, where it's just
Exactly.
like, it goes back in the
Exactly.
vault. But then, like
It's-
every year and a half later, it's like it's back out the vault.
And fucking scalpers saw
Those
that and
kids.
are just like, yes, I'm gonna buy 18 Switches, download this game on it, and then sell them for $800.
I
You know
remember
that's gonna
I was-
happen.
Absolutely. I remember this was way before COVID. AEW was doing one of their pay-per-views in Chicago, and I was like, I'm gonna go down to Chicago and do that. The seats were like $700. All because of scalpers that bought everything just to resell them.
In those
Hate those
situations,
pieces of crap.
yeah, and in those situations, the only thing you can do, and this would have been, you couldn't have done this because you would have had to gone to Chicago, is
Yeah.
you wait until the literal last possible minute, because at that point when they aren't selling, they just shoot the prices down. Me and my dad
They
did that
gotta eat
once.
the tickets.
Yeah, me and my dad did that once for a Cavs game in Orlando. We just were at a bar in downtown Orlando, just looking at Ticketmaster. We're like, oh, this one looks good. Got closed seats for a pretty good price. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, just the artificial demand of these games are only available for a little bit of time. And the thing is, too, like, Mario 64 got re-released on the 3DS, so, like, that's been out there for a while. And like you can find N64 copies relatively easily. It's Sunshine that I feel like is driving this price up because Sunshine was just released on the GameCube and that's it. It has not been available for decades.
Yeah.
And it is hard to find on the GameCube. And GameCubes themselves are hard to find too.
Yeah, it's probably one of those Dragon Ball GT boys.
So yeah, just like and you know, me, I'm a fucking schlub. I'm going to buy it. I'm a Nintendo boy. But it's just super scummy.
Super scummy.
I'm not a fan of that Disney crap at all.
And it's
In
not
this,
even,
in this
this
digital
is one
age,
of
there's
those-
no excuse.
Yeah, there's no excuse. And it's not even like a thing where like let's speak with our wallets, cause you can't. It's not like they're not buying it. Let's drive the price down.
Exactly. Best-selling game, second best-selling game on Amazon.
Yeah,
They've already
the
spoken.
thing- the people have spoken. It's a wrap. It's awful. Like it's too late.
Yeah, just. Ugh. So is that just about? I think that's just about it, as far as announcements go. Like, just I mean, like, the confirmation of those rumors, which goes to like kind of lends credence to maybe some of the other rumors that came out over this past year. A lot of people like the Switch Pro. A lot of people that rumor is still kind of going around.
Yeah.
So we'll see if
Does
that
it Nvidia do the Switch stuff?
They have a portable thing, the Shield, I believe.
No. I mean, don't they provide the APU for the Switches themselves?
I don't know.
I'm almost certain it's Nvidia, and if it is, if they do a Switch Pro, they might get that RLSS thing, which is actually a godsend.
Yeah, I mean, if they announce a higher end Switch that is still portable, that's bought.
Yeah, Nvidia does do the Switch stuff, whereas
Okay.
AMD does the Xbox and the PS.
I see. They told third-party developers to make games in 4K. Nintendo did. So, And yeah, versus, like, of the two games that are on the Wii U, give me Xenoblade Chronicles X. That game was fucking awesome. And it's just stuck on the Wii U.
Don't worry, you'll get an announcement within the next few months.
Who knows?
More happiness for you.
I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. Oh! One thing I just want to clap back at you guys. You guys read
what?
last week's My Hero chapter?
Yeah, I hated it.
Guess who's alive?
Yeah, that's what part of why I hate
It's
it.
bad.
I'm just saying. You guys were convinced. Don't
Yeah, no,
believe
no,
it
no, no,
until
no,
you
no.
see it.
The thing was, we were asking you what was he doing, what happened, and you were like, I don't know what's happening. He could be hitting his shoulder, he could be hitting it, and we were just like, he's hitting his stomach full on. The
And-
argument wasn't about whether he alive or dead.
No, that
I'm
was
just
the
like,
No,
argument.
he was dead. No, he was dead. The point is, what did he hit?
That was the whole argument.
And based on the chapter we just saw, what did he hit?
I'll just say, my line in the
No,
argument
answer the
was-
question, Mike. We clapping at each other.
I still don't know.
Exactly. And they showed a full-on shot of him. What did he hit?
Oh, well, you're talking about the previous chapter. Yeah, stomach.
Yeah.
But my
Okay,
line in the
so how's
argument
he
was,
living?
is he alive? And
He shouldn't
my
be, that's the
argument
point.
was, until we see a panel of him dead, legitimately, he's not dead. And that was my
No.
argument. And he's not
This
dead.
was disgusting.
Yeah.
A character like Gran Torino is not going to die in a like side panel. He's going to get the night eye, eyes closing, everybody
No,
sad
but-
around him type of death. You know that's
But
gonna
then he had like
He
at
could have
least
got
2 or
that while
3
bleeding
pages.
out.
He had like 2 or 3 pages of Nana and him, and it could have just been a bam, quick shock death.
Nah. For a character like Torino, I don't think so.
This was disgusting.
Yeah.
I said it a while ago that not One Piece. My Hero has been going down and it's been on a decline, and everyone's just been like, no, it's still good. No, it's getting bad. we're going from it used to be really good to this is becoming bad. It's doing everything I do not want. And this isn't one of those things where it's like it's not doing what I want and I'm mad because it's not doing the things I want, or it's nothing like that. The things it's doing is bad. That's why I don't want them.
When Eraserhead cut off his leg, I was like, wait, what happened? And he was like, oh, wrap up his leg. I was like, oh, cut off his leg in just one quick swipe? Oh, okay. And that was just like such a whatever moment.
One of the things that I actually, somewhat enlightening, but I guess it makes sense. So I guess this chapter, like that chapter, the chapter before, was like where they kind of did a cutoff for the volume and then released the volume. And some of the final pages of that volume are drastically different. Like, they added more detail in certain things here and there. So that may have been something that was, like... I agree. It's like he kind of cut it off panel, and, like, you couldn't really tell. They may have added it in the, like... It's a T word that I can never pronounce.
Tankuban.
Yeah, Tankuban. Like, in that version, maybe they show it. I don't know. But, yeah, I agree with that, where it's just like... That seems like a big thing where it's just like, and he's just like, I'm stealing myself for this. That's something I feel like you should show.
One Punch Man did very much the same thing where they add a lot of stuff in the volumes.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the actual chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like One Punch Man.
Really?
Yeah.
That is somewhat
I don't know if
surprising
I can quantify it as good, but I like it.
Okay.
DA is staunchly no boy.
I do not know if I can quantify it as good, but I do not like it.
There you go. So, last thing before we go, I forgot. This is just something that I got sucked into. So, like many of us have done, all of us have done, many people have done with Revisited.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I cut you off real quick?
All right.
Those RTX cards, I want them so bad, but I also do not need them.
Graphics card?
Yeah, the new NVIDIA ones that got announced.
Oh.
The 370, 383, all that.
Boy, welcome to PC gaming, my friend.
Bruh, I could. And it's already these scumbag Bitcoin miners scooping them up. They weren't even available until like today or a couple days from now, and people already got like 8.
Mm-hmm.
Just tragic.
And many of the cards, especially once they release the TI version, are the price of what many people put into building a computer.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my 280 Ti when it came out, and it was the price of a computer.
Yeah. I still have a 2070 Super, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a big enough upgrade just yet. Maybe a couple years down the line, I'll look into it.
The TI.
But for right
Once the
now,
TI comes out.
I'm good. I'm good with 1080 gaming for right now. Even though I got a 4K monitor, I'm good with 1080 gaming for the newer stuff right now.
Yeah.
Now I heard Revisited. Is this more praise for us?
No, I'm just saying, like people have done with Revisited, where it's like you find a video of something that you like, and then your entire day is just spent on this YouTube channel. Yeah. That happened to me recently. So there's this YouTuber named World of Dave. This is a American who lives in South Korea that does a lot. He does a bunch of different stuff, but a good chunk of his videos are he has a lot of international friends in Korea, and they go over cultural differences, different ways to say certain words in different languages, and the style of his video, comedic, funny, zany editing, what have you. And the main cast is him, his Korean friend, Jaina, lady, his Japanese friend, Erina, who is basically the most adorable Japanese girl that you will ever see, and then his Chinese friend, Vi, who is the most lovable, awkward Chinese person that you will ever meet. And just, it was a rabbit hole. It was just like, these videos are fun. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. And then just seeing the cultural differences, learning of the cultural differences between those countries, as well as he has Finnish friends, German friends, Russian friends, Indian friends, like, done videos with all of them. And just, it is actually a very enjoyable watch. I highly recommend his channel.
There you go. I've done that so many times. That's how I got into 80s Bomber Guy. It's like one video, and then all of a sudden it was every video.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about all I have. Unless you guys have got anything.
Nope. This is the big old wrap up.
Yeah. Fix Ultimate Online again. I've been having problems.
Oh, it happened again? Right back?
Just the input lag has been atrocious.
Oh no, can't be having that.
To the point that it is legitimately pissing me off. Like, I am typically not a rage gamer. This is making me rage. Like, I have punched my couch multiple times just because it's like, I'm not losing because this person's worse to me. They're worse than me.
Dude, there's no worse feeling than I lost, but it's not because you're better.
Yeah, the game beat me. Lag.
And then they gotta
me.
go away. You just imagine them going away with this smug sense of accomplishment, like they beat
No
you.
rematch for you,
Dude.
sir.
Yep.
No,
and
that's
that's
not
what it
what
always
it's
is.
Worth my time.
That's what it always is. Where it's just like, I'll get 3-0'd by this person, and it's just like, you give me one more match, I'll probably get used to this fucking lag, and I'll beat you. And then no, never is. Or I get good connections with people, and it's like they're legitimately better than me. And it's like, okay, I want to play you again to get better at this matchup, and they just fucking bounce. It's just like the combination of all of the awful facets of Smash Ultimate Online. I'm just like,
Now, the second one I understand because Ridley is annoying to fight and Isabel is annoying to fight. So I accepted that when I dominate somebody, I'll be like, okay, I'm clearly gonna win this. Let me ease up on the fishing pole so I know I'll get a second match because I know this is annoying the person and they won't want to face me again with this. So I'll ease up. I'm like, I already know I'm gonna win. Let me pull back so that we can have another match. Then they bounce and I go, okay, you just don't want Isabel experience.
No, I want you to go your hardest. I want my cheeks pushed in.
the other thing too is that, so like, I am bordering between 7.8 and 7.9 right now on Elite Smash. I'm just teetering. I'm like right at the brink of 7.9. I haven't crossed that threshold yet. But I'm facing a lot of 7.9 people. And at that point, like, those are like, there are two categories. They are the stupidly good people with certain characters. Like, I'll face a Mario and I'll get demolished. I'm like, you're 7.9, aren't you? Get to the windscreen, 7.9. Or just like vice versa, Clouds. I faced some Ridleys where I'm just like, I played them multiple times, so we're just like, I'm trying to learn things as you destroy me. Like, what are you doing? Or they are a Samus, a Richter, a Link, anyone who is ranged.
Link is getting up there for me.
Oh no.
I'm starting to hate Link so much.
For
'Cause
me,
it's all just arrow bomb, boomerang, arrow bomb, boomerang, arrow bomb, boomerang. Get close, up tilt. I'm away from you now. Arrow bomb, boomerang.
I do better against normal Link. Toon Link and Young Link have been problems for me recently.
And see, that's the opposite for me. I do better with the little boys.
Just because you can... The main issue is I'm able to grab his bomb easier. Versus the other ones, you whiff and you just get hit by the bomb, and then you're combo food. So yeah, Samus's... I've been facing too many Belmonts, and it's really annoying me. Too many Simons, too many Richters. And yeah, I can't react to all of their fucking bullshit. And Ridley has to get in, because the one projectile he has sucks.
And he a big boy, so he just axe fodder.
Oh yeah. Just the axe, getting off of ledge with fucking holy water, cross, whip, hard.
Done.
So hard.
Over and over and over.
So yeah, it's either...
It's the spammy, just like, this is all that you got, people that annoy me.
Yeah. Like, I've faced a couple different Samuses where it's just like, oh, they're actually trying to get in, they're doing stuff. It's fun. Like, and when it's not laggy, like, it's a decent challenge. But then you have the pew, missile, pew, bomb, aerial Z. Just all of the annoying shit. And just basically, it's like projectile-based characters have an extreme advantage, so they are higher ranked, typically. And then really good people, you're just facing a really good person. Like, those ones I typically don't get mad at. I just get mad that they beat the shit out of me in bounce. But yeah, so I keep getting frustrated with Elite Smash, but keep going back.
Oh yeah, it's like a drug.
Oh yeah.
Dude, when you find something fun, even if you hate it, it's just too much fun.
Because I get those games like the fucking Incineroar that I told you guys about, where I just demolished him the first stock, and then he had the most embarrassing rage quit that I have ever seen. So yeah.
Before we exit out, can we please get some arcade games? I want some arcade football and racers. I want to burn out so bad.
Well, the WWE one that's coming out.
Shut up.
Okay.
That looks trash.
Hey, you said arcade games. I just gave you one.
Trash. Also, I'm not supporting anything WWE.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Zero. They're just trash.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
like,
I want a new.
would you
Go ahead.
consider beat 'em ups arcade games?
Nah. When I say arcade, I mean I want sports games with arcade feel.
Okay. The soccer one, the Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah. Captain Tsubasa is not fun enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's another one that's more realistic, but it's
Okay, so you're wanting NFL Blitz, NBA Street.
I would say NFL Street more than Blitz. The Blitz was super fun. I could take a Blitz, a good new Blitz.
Okay.
NBA Street, absolutely.
Dude, the original one was so fun.
Dude, 1 through 3 was fun. Home court, I don't know what they were doing. Ugh. Hey, give me a new Def Jam. That's all I have to
Do
say.
you think? And this is the ignorant white man with his view into the rap scene talking about
turn that hat backwards?
Yeah. Yo, homies, what up?
Don't do. Yeah, no more for you.
Are the current day rappers hard enough for a Def Jam game?
Yeah, you'd have to go not mainstream, but absolutely.
But
Okay,
then that's
okay.
not, you're not selling it with that.
Yeah.
I by not mainstream, I mean not a lot of people you hear on the radio, but mainstream is not the same as mainstream in the past. Mainstream in the past was if you didn't hear them on radio and you didn't see their video on MTV Jams or something, you were never gonna learn their name. There's so many ways to consume music. Like, who buys albums at this point? It's mostly just streaming, and you can stream almost anybody. So it's not the same as when I say mainstream.
Yeah,
You gotta look under the surface level of rappers, and people will know under the surface.
I'm just imagining like Machine Gun Kelly versus shit. Fuck. He just retired from rapping, is on Twitch.
Oh,
T-Pain.
Logic.
Logic. You get T-Pain in there. What's the like really white looking dude that has dreads and tattoos all over his face?
Catchy 6ix9ine.
Yeah, like I can't picture that.
Okay, here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get Wayne. You're gonna get Nicki. You're gonna get Drake. You're gonna get somebody like Yachty, G Herbo.
I couldn't picture Drake.
I can picture him as a more like capoeira finesse type of dude. There were so many styles in that.
Okay.
You could just be silly and have like a time mechanic, a time machine thing where it's just like rappers of old come into the new school and see how soft they are.
Okay.
It could be anything.
All right. But like, if it's zany, That would work. The Def Jam
Dude,
games seem
Def
always
Jam
kind
has
of
never been that serious.
Okay. I guess just the image of it seems serious from the outside.
Oh, yeah. Definitely check out some story mode stuff. Not Def Jam Icon, that's trash. But check out some story mode stuff of the stuff before. Yeah, they don't take themselves too seriously.
Okay.
Think Blitz the League, but like 2 levels under.
All right. Okay then. With that, I think we can call this. Do we have facts?
Not a fact, but I was on Twitter recently and they were just like, "Hey, check out this blue bee," and I was like, "Ugh," and apparently there's blue bees, just like real life blue bees, just out here.
Why?
That looks fake.
Yeah. And people were on Twitter like, "Yo, I told people when I was younger I saw a blue bee and nobody believed me."
Why would you? They look like monsters. You're a dumb little kid. Talking about mommy, blue bee. Yeah, okay.
Slap.
All right. With that, really. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the podcast of stuff. We will see you maybe next week. Maybe.
Yes.
I
Now I can watch football.
I feel like we're at the point we can go back to weekly.
Boom. There you go.
I need more social interaction. I'm bored here.
Dude, everybody's dying.
I've definitely lasted longer than most of my friends, but I'm hitting a wall. I'm just like, I just want to go to a bar and drink with people. All right.
There's all types of places open in Michigan. And
Oh yeah, stuff's open here. I'm not fucking going.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't go anywhere near anything in Ohio. They don't care.
Yeah. Nope.
I went to, I think, one restaurant.
You just said now I can finally watch football.
Laters.